All right. So I want to do a quick reminder that we have Shanti doing a call for us, you guys, this Saturday at 11:30 a.m. And I shared the link in the team page with you. So make sure that you jump on that so you can hear directly from Sean about his new program. They definitely asked us like a little survey before we had him on the call. And so I shared with him some things that would help the team as well. So hopefully he will go over those. Also wanted to just give you guys a little push. It's close to the end of November. I can't believe that it's already November 26th. We have a few days left to the month. We have a few days left for you guys to push to make Success Club. It is still completely doable. So I wanted to mention that. And I think that's all I have for announcements. Some of you know Nicolette, some of you don't. She was leading the 2 Stars, the New Emerald group with us. She's currently, I think, number 27 in the company, which is amazing. 7-star diamonds.
Yes.
2-time elite coach. Are you elite again already this year?
Yes.
So 3-time elite coach as of this year, which is awesome. I'm still fighting for it. I just have a few points I need to get. And, she did a little bit of a training in our last group about how she uses Instagram and those sorts of things. And I was like, we could dive deeper into this. And I really think that you guys could use her help with it. So we are lucky to have her tonight. And without further ado, I'm just going to let you go for it. Sound good?
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Sorry if I'm like clearing my throat a lot. Of course, my 2 small children have gotten me sick. Once again, 'tis the season. So I am really, really pumped to be here on this call with you guys. Like getting to work with Joan in this 2-star group has been so much fun. I've just loved it, loved her energy, all that she's taught and shared in there. So hopefully you guys know how fortunate you are to have such a passionate upline like her. Okay, so Instagram, I'm gonna dive in a little bit deeper and hopefully give you guys some tips and just things to kind of mull over and think about when you are working your Instagram account, not just to post and to hope that somebody sees it and messages you, but to choose your team and really make Instagram work for you. So first of all, Instagram as a whole it's your shop window. You guys know this. Like you've got an Instagram profile. You have to make sure that your profile picture is you. If your Instagram handle is still something, odd, like I love my cat 1234, it might be time to change it to your name, or if you have a specific brand. And then your bio should talk about you and, what you have to offer. It doesn't need to say, I love Shakeology or Beachbody Coach, or have the link to your shop, because that is unfortunately going to put people off, because everyone's got their preconceived notions about Beachbody or Shakeology or what coaches actually do. So you want to use you and your story and your passions and what you've got to offer to draw people in, not Beachbody, right? So you want to use the color wheel activity. I'm sure you guys have all seen this, maybe even done it in your new coach training or on some kind of training, but your color wheel is the easiest way to figure out your vibe, okay? You fill out that color wheel, all of your quirks and things that you love, passions and hobbies, and then you circle 4 to 6 of them and like, boom, there you go. That is your Instagram vibe. I'm just gonna screen share real quick right here, and I want you guys to use the group chat and interact with me a little bit, because I went and I looked at the current like top 10 coaches as of right now, and I pulled up their Instagram accounts. And what you'll probably find is it's like, wow, their pictures are super normal, but their Instagram has a vibe to it. Their captions are telling stories. The visual that they have, not that it's these like professional crazy photos, but it's just, you can see what their vibe is and what their life is all about. So I'm going to screen share that real quick here. And I want you guys to tell me while I'm screen sharing, okay, you're looking at Ashley Molsted's account. What do you think her vibe is that she's putting out there on Instagram? Okay, what's popping in your mind when you see her profile? I can tell you people don't come to her profile and think, oh, she's a Beachbody coach. Yeah, she's a new mom. It looks like she's got a podcast coming out, which is cool. Colorful, happy, married. She's had a great transformation somehow. Fun, family. Exactly. So she's got a high energy profile, lots of fun colors. She's a new mom. She's somehow rocking her mom bod and still eating these gummies or whatever it is. So that's her vibe. Okay, let's go to the next one. Danielle Natoni. What is her vibe that you see here? Super different, right? But still, you wouldn't come here and think, oh, it's a Beachbody coach. You know, you would think, wow, she is freaking fitspirational. Like, look at those abs, super freaking fit. Like, I would just be like, take my money. I don't even care what you're doing. I'll just do what you're doing. Total badass, yes. Fitness lumber, fun, loving, edgy. She's got fashion sense. So you can see, like, that's one of her extra things she puts in there. She does fashion stuff. Yes, the marriage, the hubby. Okay, Ashley Smith. What's her vibe? And you guys, it's like their pictures are normal. They're just setting up a camera, a reverse camera with a tripod in their house, taking pictures. It's not complicated, right? But they still have a vibe that they're putting out there that's not, hi, I'm a Beachbody coach. Mom, coffee lover, family. Yep, normal everyday life. Cute, super normal, relatable, right? Micah Folsom. What's her vibe here? She's got a lot going on with fitness, the family. She seems silly. Community. She's got some rockin' arms there for having a new baby. Girl gang. Okay, Emily Favre. Tell me her vibe here. She does a lot with like hair and braids, dog mama, pregnant. You know, she obviously shares a lot about that journey. She does a lot of transformations. Amy Rada. What's her vibe here? She doesn't even use her name. She uses happy, healthy, humble. So, and her thing is, when she was talking at leadership conference, is she wants to be the girl next door. Like, she doesn't want to have anything wildly outstanding or crazy. She's just like, I want people to look at my Instagram and feel like they're looking at their super normal best friend. And that is what she does so well on her Instagram. And what grew her to almost 70,000 followers. Engaged, dog mom, sports fan. She's a former teacher. She does do product placement here. She can somehow get away with it. But when you first look at her profile, you're not going to think, oh, geez, Louise, this person is just taking all these fitness selfies with their Shakeology cup, and I'm immediately annoyed. She still has a fun, sweet girl next door vibe. Holly Hillier. What is her vibe that you see here on her page? Obviously, she's pregnant. She already has a little one. Cute family. Business with the computer. I mean, it looks like whatever she's doing it well from home with her babies and still gets to do fun things with all of these girls that she's hanging out with. Yeah, fun-loving, soon-to-be mom of 2. And she's always posting about wanting more people on her team. And then the last one, Amy Silverman. Tell me her vibe. Who doesn't love her vibe? She's more of like a dark, you know, her pictures are just slightly, she uses presets, I bet, but they're just slightly darker, more moody. But you can just still see, like, she is just living her life, traveling, pregnant, yes. A lot of family, a lot of fashion. She's got food in there. Yes, we all need to get pregnant, is what I'm saying. Holy crap, all these coaches are freaking pregnant. That's so funny. So yeah, so you could see, but if you look, like, we're not looking at anything crazy here, you guys. They have just really honed in on their specific vibe. They figured out a way to make their pictures look cohesive, whether that's through PicTapGo or buying presets, which you can get for like, right now, Cyber Monday, go to Etsy. Get yourself some presets. They're so cheap. And then you copy and paste those presets onto all your pictures, and boom, they look cohesive without you having to do a whole lot of extra work. So you can see their shop windows. These are the top 10 coaches in the network right now. And their shop windows are really pretty simple. It's just they're sharing their story, they're being relatable, and they're normal, okay? They're relatable and they're normal. So moving on from your shop window. Once you have that figured out, like you're posting pictures beyond just like the arm's length selfie after your workout or while you're drinking your Shakeology or of like your random food that you're eating, you're moving beyond that. You're getting a little bit more creative. You're getting out your tripod, taking fun pictures, your family, your kitchen, your activewear, whatever your color wheel leads you to take pictures of. Now you've got to get more eyes on you, on your Instagram account. And I hope that you all just like roll your eyes right now and tell me, duh, because everyone should know this. And yet I find myself reminding people on my team every day, every single day. So just in case, I'm going to say it again right now. Your profile needs to be public, and every single post you post needs to be public. And then under every single post that you post should be 20 to 30 relevant hashtags to go with that post. And also, you just want to pop a geolocation onto those too. It doesn't matter if you're like actually posting where you are currently. I never tag my own neighborhood just because I'm freaked out about that. But I tag all kinds of lakes and neighborhoods and yacht clubs and whatever. I'm always in these places, even though I never am. But then I'm showing up in their feeds, in their stories, because I throw a location on everything I'm putting out there, whether it's a post or a story. And it's just a simple way to get more eyes that takes you 2 seconds. 2 seconds. And then as for the hashtags, you can save time by sitting down and just creating groups of tags relevant to the things that you're going to share most about. Now, again, once you narrow down your color wheel and you're not just like kind of randomly picking and choosing and posting things hoping it makes sense, but you've locked in your vibe that you want to put out there, you can create really relevant hashtags and just recycle those. You'll want to re-brainstorm them like every few months or so, but that's not going to take you a whole lot of extra time in the grand scheme of things, because these hashtags will help you get more eyes on you. My favorite way to do this, to brainstorm hashtags, because I used to, every time I would sit down, I would just get stunted and frustrated, and I would just end up using like Fit Mom home workouts and wonder why I was getting more Beachbody followers. So I sit down at my laptop and I bring up 3 windows. I bring up, I'm sorry, my watch is telling me to stand up. I bring up my notes from my computer. Okay, then I bring up Instagram.com, and then I bring up a website called displaypurposes.com. Okay, and displaypurposes.com is basically what I use to start the hashtag brainstorm. So I'll pick something like, say, I just moved back to Florida and it's Christmas time. Okay, so I know that I'm going to be posting about Christmas, and I want to tag my state, my area. So I might brainstorm, I'll pop in Florida into display purposes, and I'll start looking at the hashtags that they suggest. And from there, because they're going to be broader hashtags, from there, I'll find one that might say like Florida hair, and I'll type that into Instagram.com, and I'll see who's using Florida hair. What hashtags are they using? And then you find yourself in this just time warp of hashtags where you're like, oh, wow, and they're not inundated by Beachbody coaches, and this is great. And you just make a list. Okay, so one that I might want to do is something relevant to Florida and Christmas, because I'll be posting a lot about Florida and Christmas. And so I use display purposes to get the brainstorm going, and then I use Instagram and all of the suggested hashtags and looking at what the other users are using to grow my list of niche hashtags. Now you can have some that are bigger, but you want to kind of try to keep them to 100,000 or less, because your goal is to show up in the top of those tags. Otherwise, nobody's ever going to see your posts anyway. So you make those lists of hashtags, and really, if you do it like this, it's not going to take you that much time. You'll be able to bust out 20 hashtags for your different categories in like an hour or two. And if you do that a few times a year, that's like 12 hours a year. That's it, to get creative with your hashtags and really start to get more niche market eyes on you. That's a pretty good deal. It's just a matter of sitting down and doing it. Something that's been super helpful for me too is creating a shortcut in my phone where, you could do the keyboard shortcuts. So I created a shortcut where I just type fit tags and all my fitness tags pop up into Instagram. So I'm not having to go and copy and paste them. So I'll do mom tags, fit tags, team tags, whatever the case might be. And then they just generate in there without me having to do the copy paste thing. Now, you have to hear me here. Your posts can't be just all fitness related. And I think that's typically what happens with new coaches or coaches who just struggle to kind of find their space in this whole social media world. They're like, well, I don't know what to post, so I'm just going to post my workout again. I'm just going to make sure everyone knows that I did day 3 of 21-day fix. And that's kind of the routine that they fall in. But that's not relatable. And that gives people, it doesn't give them a reason to say, oh, I feel like I know this person. Oh, I want to keep coming back because they're adding value and I like what they're putting out there. It's just, hey, I did my workout. Okay, great, bye. And it's not good enough. Now, if fitness is your major passion, this is a problem that I run into. I love fitness and I have to figure out how to differentiate value that I can add with fitness that's not Beachbody related. And there's a fine line, but you can get creative and really figure out a great way to add free value to followers with fitness posts, not just sharing the fact that you did a workout today, right? And your posts can't just be, hey, I'm here, this is what I did, okay, bye. People don't care that you did something. They care why you did it. So with every post that you're sharing, you want to ask yourself, okay, did this somehow educate someone about something? Did this somehow empower them? Did this somehow entertain them? And I don't want you to think, like those of you that have kids, like, well, great, now I can't even post pictures of my kids because there's really nothing like empowering it. No, that's entertaining. People love that. They can relate to that, right? But you have to think, would I stop to read and look at this picture? Like, audit yourself. Would I stop and read this, or am I just trying to throw out a post just to throw out a post? You've got to really dig deep and share your personal stories so that people can get to know you and start building trust and rapport with you. Of course, you could have short, sweet posts here and there. Of course, you can throw out quotes from Shaun T with Transform 20 coming up. But don't share a shallow journey, your shallow journey, because people won't have a reason to pay attention or come looking for you when they are wanting education or empowerment or something entertaining that they know you specifically can deliver. And side note, your captions, they don't have to be this perfectly structured, grammatically correct, like MLA handbook situation. Let your thoughts and words just translate to text the way that you say things. Slang that you would use in a real life conversation. Pop in emojis there so people can kind of start to read it how you're saying it and feel like they are hearing you speak. And side note number 2, don't go to my Instagram and think I'm doing things right now, because I'm in a major slump myself, total sharing funk. And you guys, that's normal. It's a roller coaster. And I think we hit these slumps and we're like, well, crap, this is not working for me anymore. Oh my gosh, I'm at such a loss. Exactly, it happens. And then you just have to kind of refigure it out and get through it. You got to get back to basics. Think about your story. How can you really help other people, and start putting that stuff out there? Okay, so you might be thinking, all right, well, I'm going to start to nail my posts and tell my story. I know the vibe that I want to put out there. I'll get some great hashtags, and then I'm going to get all these new followers. And my inbox is going to be filled with people saying, oh, I love you. What are you doing to get such great results? What is this coaching? That's unfortunately false. That's not how Instagram works. Public posts, hashtags, geolocating will help some people find you, but you cannot just wait around for your dream team to stumble upon your profile. You have to go find them. Nothing else matters on Instagram if you're not being an active member of the Instagram community, meaning if you are not liking, following, commenting, and being an engaged user yourself, Instagram's gonna think, then you're not important if you're not being a part of the community. Everything we've talked about so far is posting on Instagram and putting stuff on Instagram, but there's a difference between posting and working your Instagram. And the best thing that you could possibly do for your account is to engage with all of the users who you want to see your stuff. Make catalogs, use the save feature where you can make collections of people that are your dream team and prospects, so that when you do go sit down to engage on Instagram, you're not just scrolling and thinking like, well, I hope I happen upon somebody that would make a good, no, you have them picked already, and you can be smart with your time and go and engage with them and pop into their stories and comment on their pictures. Scrolling, we don't scroll feeds. Hopefully we know there's no time to scroll feeds, Facebook or Instagram. Some of the best advice that I've heard lately is, and this, I've been so guilty of this, don't post and ghost. Okay, we've learned that your post should have intention behind them, enough that you really want your people to see and read it. So after you put it out there, stick around and continue engaging with people who you want to see that post. And they're way more likely to come back over and see what you've been up to and engage back with you, especially if you're interacting in the first place, right? So if you just put a great post out there like, oh man, I hope people see, okay, bye Instagram, I'm shutting it off. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But if you're like, okay, now I'm gonna go to my collection of my dream team people and be all up in their business, I bet it's way more likely they're gonna come and engage on your post that you were really wanting them to see in the first place. So talking about getting more conversations, obviously we're doing our vitals every single day. We're doing our power hour to the extent that works for you as far as the number of people you want to connect with, follow up with, and invite. But who do you invite? Like, okay, on Instagram, who am I supposed to invite? Literally anyone watching your stories. Anyone watching your stories, you can invite. And I don't consider it a cold invite. I consider that, hey, you have been watching me. I've been putting stuff out there. You've probably gotten to know me a little bit one way or another. So I'm just going to keep it simple and be like, hey, I saw you were popping into my stories. Is this something you'd like to learn more about? Because every day, one way or another, I'm talking about coaching in my stories. So everyone who watches my stories that day can get a legit non-cold market invite to learn more about coaching. You can also invite anyone who is liking and commenting on your stuff, obviously, just like on Facebook. And this, you guys, should leave you so overwhelmed with like invites that you get to send out every single day on Instagram. You're like, oh man, my goal was to send out 25 a day. I'm going to blow that out of the water today. I'm just going to pop these invites out on Instagram with all these people watching my stories and checking in on my posts. So set your goals in terms of how many invites and follow-ups that you want to do, and then spend that the rest of the time that you can interacting and engaging. Start new conversations, and there's seriously not a more easy and fun way to start a new relationship than to pop in on someone's stories and just type, like, laugh at something they said or ask a question about something that they did. You just engage on stories. It's fun. And how cool is it that you get to pick your people, right? And then play on Instagram wherever, whenever, however you want to. You choose your team and you love on them each and every day, and eventually they're going to be your team. It's just a matter of time. You don't have to wait around and hope that someone's going to see something you put out there and think, oh, okay, I'm going to definitely message her. But you find and pick your perfect coaches, and then you interact and invite and follow up with them until they're just like, duh, what am I waiting for? Let's just do this. I should have done this like when we first started talking however long ago. Oh, I just saw this question. Are you talking making a list of top people within IG, or are you talking about just putting them in a notebook? When I'm talking about catalogs and lists, I mean, on Instagram, there's the feature where you can do the little save tag on the corner of a photo. So you can save and you can create catalogs of Dream Team, or I have catalogs of accounts that I want to target. So when I'm going to expand and find new people to follow, I could, yes, it's such a help, Kat. I can go in there to those accounts I want to target and just go start following and engaging with people who are following them. I have a whole catalog of posts that I found touching or inspiring, because I can take that and use that as inspiration for my own posts and my stories, right? So you can create all of these catalogs for inspiration for your dream team, for people to target, and you're just like, it's just there. It's just there when you're ready for it. Hi. Okay, so real quick, my husband just got home. So real quick, I want to talk to you guys about investing in your business. Now, if you have a post, say, that does well organically, like maybe you created a word graphic. Why is my brain not working? A picture with words on it, whatever. And it's got a great quote on it, and everyone's like, oh, ha, 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 and they're like tagging their friends, and it's funny, and it just does well by itself. Why not a meme? Yes, something like that. Why not pop like $10 behind it and get 100 or 200 more likes on that post? And then that's 100 or 200 more people that you can go connect with and engage with. And actually, if you are being proactive in working your Instagram account like this, then you can just let Instagram do the targeting for you. It'll go and pick people that are just like the people that you are engaging with, who are not already following you, and it'll bring them to your account for you. Okay, so I am a huge advocate of boosting and paid ads and that sort of thing, because it does bring a ton of people for you. I've always invested 10% of my income back into my business, and that looks different for everyone, obviously, but what's $5 to $10 behind a post that does well, if that's going to bring in 100 new people into your circle who you can connect with, right? Next, Instagram classes and trainings. You see these free classes floating around all the time. Take them. Let that be PD for the week. Some of your PD for the week. And if you really like it, you're like, wow, this is speaking to me. I feel like this would be super helpful. I love the course teacher. Pay for the course. Some of the smartest money that I've spent in my business is Facebook ads and Instagram growth classes. You know, knowledge is power behind what we do. And obviously things are constantly changing, but if we have somebody who's making it as simple as possible, giving us tips and tools that we can use, then shoot, why not? Some other tools that I use for my Instagram, nothing works better than organic growth, right? When you're doing the work, you're doing the action, you're in control of the quality and of people who you're bringing to your Instagram. However, I started using something called Stim Social, and it is $40 a month, but basically it goes and follows and unfollows and will message everyone who is a new follower for me. So with this, my account has started to grow quite a bit more quickly. Actually, I'm going to screen share and show you guys. I do think that it was a wise investment, and it's what I'm telling my team to do, those who can. But basically, it's kind of like Jumper Media, except you're in control, and you don't have to have like some rep who you're paying like 5 times as much to manage your account for you. You get to go and choose who your account's going to target. Okay, so you pick these accounts where you're like, this is where my niche market is hanging out. You target, and it's going to go and follow all of the people who are engaging on that account, and then it's going to go and unfollow them. So you don't have like a creepy high number of people that you're following on Instagram. And everyone who follows you back, it'll send a message that you set up. So, for example, oh wait, I shared my screen the wrong way. Yeah, 528 new followers. Tomorrow will be 30 days since I started using it. And so my predicted estimate, now that I've been able to sit down here, it gives you analytics. Like, okay, these people, it's not worth my time to follow them. Unfortunately, Lorna Jane people are not just like pouring into my account for some crazy reason, right? So, 36 have followed back out of 795 actions my profile has taken. So I could probably delete that one. And like I said, I feel like my profile is in such a funk right now. I'm going to blame these people because I've gotten into like non-storytelling salesy mode on accident. But hey, it happens. So this is a really great tool. It gives you the insights so you can, find your perfect people to target. You can target hashtags, and then it'll message everyone who is a new follower. Sorry, I'm going to screen share one more time. And I'll show you another tool that I use is Flume. If you have, I don't know if it works on other computers, but I know for Apple, you can download Flume, which is basically Instagram for your desktop. And it'll go through and if you see, all of these are conversations that were started by Stim Social. Okay, these are conversations that it was just started for me. So I can pop in to my inbox and start interacting with these people who have responded back to my, hey, thanks for the follow, yada, yada message. And one thing I love about Flume is that you can sort by unread messages too. So you could filter it, show friends only, unread only, show all. So it kind of helps you stay more organized in your DM inbox, which I hate DM. So this makes me feel like I've got a little bit more control. Okay, let's see. Let me check my notes real quick. So it's Flume. Those of you who are like, okay, Stim sounds great, but I don't have a ton of time to spend on Instagram every single day. Everliker through Google Chrome is another good one that's free, that you can it's not as detailed and intricate as Stim, but it is free, and it'll follow and unfollow Instagram users for you. It won't have conversations. It won't start a conversation with them, but it will follow and unfollow. Yeah, Joan, I try to move people to email. Typically, I'll get the conversation going, and then as soon as they want more information about something, I'm like, hey, honestly, I hate DM. Would you mind if we got on email so that I could send you more information? I love collecting email addresses because of Streak. It makes following up so much easier. So yeah, I was trying to move to email. But that is it. That's what I have for you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free. Sorry, my throat is
What's the typical thing that you have through Flume? What do you have it saying or Stim, whichever one's doing it, Stim, saying to those people so that they're responding back to you?
I have it. I say, wait a minute, is this my old one? Okay, yeah. So I have it set to say, oh, hey, thanks so much for the follow. I wanted to take a second to introduce myself. I'm Nicolette. I live in Tampa, Florida with my husband, Ian, and 2 little ones, Evangeline and Lachlan. I'm an online health and fitness coach with a mission to help other ladies break free from their rut. How about you? What's your story? And typically they'll follow back and be like, oh, well, I'm from this and this, and I'm a mom of this, and, tell me something about themselves.
Gotcha. Awesome. I think those were great tips. Anybody else have any questions while we're on here? And of course, I just lost the chat while I asked that question. All right. Well, if no more questions, I'll let you go, Nicolette. Thank you so much for jumping on tonight. I know that it sucks when you don't feel well to have to jump on into your call, so I really do appreciate your time.
Happy to do it.
Go get some rest, drink a butt ton of water.
Yes.
Get better. I hope you have an awesome holiday, and I really appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right, bye, everybody. I'll post this on the page soon.